Today I'll show you how to find what sells on Merch by Amazon for free, as well as explaining step by step the strategy you should use to find profitable niches that have both high demand and low competition. That way you can make sure thousands of customers are already searching for your product before you even make it. One of the most common mistakes people make with Merch by Amazon and other print-on-demand sites is creating work that nobody's searching for, then wondering why they aren't getting any sales. It's easier to make money by identifying what customers are already buying. That way you can cater to the demand that's already there, rather than creating whatever you feel like and hoping that customers will come across it. We're going to use Amazon's BSR for our niche research, so it's important to understand how it works. BSR stands for Best Sellers Rank, which Amazon uses to indicate how well a product is selling. You can find the BSR of any product by scrolling down to the product details on the item listing. You'll see an overall rank based on the department the product's listed in, as well as rankings for individual categories within that department. A product's only given a BSR when it makes a sale, so if there isn't one, it hasn't had a sale. You'll be able to look at the Novelty and More section of Amazon, which is where all the user-designed shirts are categorized. Using the best sellers rank, you can figure out which niches have significant demand, because a lower BSR means that more people are buying from that niche. Anything from BSR 1 all the way up to about 250,000 is worth further investigation in my opinion, because it means they're making consistent sales. I'll elaborate on that in a minute. Obviously, going into each product and scrolling down to find the BSR isn't practical because it's going to take ages, so we can speed up this whole process by using Merch Informer. There's a link in the description that you can use to access a free trial which lasts for 3 days, so you'll have plenty of time to do this research. When you've registered, use the Merch Hunter module on the left-hand side here, which will allow you to filter based on keywords, the customer's location, the product type, and most importantly, Amazon's BSR. You don't actually need to put any keywords in at all if you're looking for suitable niches to target. Using the default settings, you'll get a list of the top 100 best sellers that are making a fortune. Thing 1 and Thing 2 are winning right now. These two shirts are making about $8,000 per month in profit for the person who made them. The top 100 results are often either officially licensed artwork for huge brands or already very oversaturated niches. If you want to investigate whether there's room to compete against some of these top sellers, at least change the range to the top 500 so there's more variety to choose from. You'll get 5 pages with 100 t-shirts on each page, ranging from anything as low as 1 BSR to about 60,000 BSR. Every one of those individual shirts in the top 500 is making a minimum of 40 sales a month, with some of the lower BSRs making well over 1,000 sales a month. So you know there's significant demand for any niche that you come across. You just have to scroll past copyright infringement and trashy designs that you don't want to target, which will probably be a lot, hence the need to investigate the top 500. The technique that I've been using for years to make thousands of dollars on Amazon is to change the settings and target medium BSR products. I realised quite early on that everyone and their dog is trying to compete in low BSR niches because that's where the most money is, but that means that they're also very oversaturated and it's difficult to succeed. I recommend going after the low-hanging fruit as your main strategy by filtering the BSR range to be around 60,000 and above, then scrolling through the results and looking at the available niches. One shirt in this range can still make over $200 a month in profit for you, yet there's so much less competition because most people are endlessly going after the low BSRs, resulting in less success for them. While they fight it out amongst each other, I go around collecting profitable niches that they don't even look at. When I look down the list of successful products, I know that all these niches are still profitable and still in demand, so when I find something I like the look of, I make a note of it to investigate further. For example, here we've got the chicken niche and anime girl, which are interesting, and Snoopy, which we'll ignore since it's copyright infringement. Sometimes the niche isn't obvious from the design, so you'll need to look at the title to figure out what the popular keyword is. Keep going down the list and making notes on what's in demand to investigate later to confirm they aren't copyright material or oversaturated. If you get to the end of the 5 pages being displayed, you'll probably be looking at products that have a BSR of over 100,000. That's still fine to target, and depending on the price of the shirt, a BSR of 100,000 can still be making about $200 a month in profit. If you're short on ideas, it's fine to change the filter to 100,000 and above and then repeat the process. Personally, I wouldn't go any higher than 300,000 BSR because the demand starts to disappear and they aren't worth targeting. If you want to broaden your search, you can change the country, product type, and other settings until you find what you'd like to target. The US has the most demand, but also the most supply, and the same goes for t-shirts. After you've gone through the process and have a list of potential niches to target, You can investigate them further using the product search on the left to see if it's worth creating something for. Just input the keyword and look at the competition, as well as checking out other designs that are available in the market. You can also use the competition checker, look directly on Amazon, or use the free merch research tool combined with your keywords. It's also worth a look at the Trend Hunter module, which shows products that have suddenly become very popular, either overnight, weekly, or monthly. I usually have a look on there to see what trends are up and coming, as it can be useful to either target them directly or use some aspect of the trend in a niche that you're targeting from Merch Hunter. This graph underneath the shirt shows what sales rank it was and where it is now. This product went from a BSR of almost 3 million on the 25th of October to 300,000 the next day. Sometimes it's obvious as to why this is like a seasonal event, and other times you'll have to do a bit more detective work to figure it out. That's all there is to it. The research process isn't glamorous, but it's very profitable, and you'll get better and quicker at identifying what's worth your time the more you do it. When the trial period ends on Merch Informer, you can just cancel without paying, but if you decide to keep it, you'll get 20% off with the code PASSIVEOWL. That way it'll only cost $7.99 a month instead of $9.99. In the first month on Amazon, I made $120 profit using the same strategy that I've described, so it pays for itself easily. If you find the information that I share helpful, then I'd appreciate it if you click through the affiliate link in the description to support this channel and allow me to keep producing free content. I get contacted regularly by companies offering to pay me to promote their stuff, but I've never done it. I only ever recommend resources that I actually use and believe will be useful for you. I'll be releasing new content every week that will help you with your passive income, so subscribe if you're interested in that, and check out some of my other videos while you're here.